Hey, welcome to Elements Dev Talk. And this week, I think we're on episode 3, and it is Tuesday, 18th of November, 2025. And I'm here with Ben. And this week, we're doing a little test as we're streaming this live on YouTube as well. We've not told anyone, but we're kind of doing it because we needed to test the feature. So don't
It'll be
expect a lot of watch.
interesting to see if anyone is watching this.
Yeah, I think you get notifications if things go live on YouTube.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be
Um,
fun. I've never been live on YouTube. This is coming to you live.
oh yeah, if I this is how newbie we are at this. Let me just share my screen. Hang on. I say that we're still like I think it's going to take a while before we get really slick at this. But I'm going to share my entire screen. Here we are. Oh, Boosh. Yeah, so if I go to the our channel, it has a Elements Dev Talk live at the top there.
Oh, don't click on that. We'll enter like I don't know. What's going to happen if you're watching it live and streaming? It's just going to
Oh, there we
be
are. Yeah, that's
Inception.
weird. Yeah. So anyway, well, apparently one person is watching. So hello to that one
Hello.
person, if that is true.
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing that. All right. How are you, Ben?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. It's getting cold over here now. Suddenly, winter has arrived. Winter was coming. It's now here. We're -6 today, so might pop my hat on in a bit.
Yeah, because for though you're based in Sweden,
Yeah,
in the
yeah, that's
Sweden,
right. It's a
it's
little bit
cold
colder
over.
than the UK.
Yes, it is. Although we had frost this morning as well. So
Oh, you
first
did?
frost. Yeah, we did. Yeah. So it's obviously there's a cold front coming in across Europe.
Yes, yeah. This week was supposed to be very cold, so yeah. Suddenly, winter is here. Had to very quickly. You don't have to do this, but had to very quickly change from the summer tires to winter tires on the car at the weekend.
Man, yeah, I'm glad we don't have to do that over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
got studded winter tires.
and you do that yourself?
No, no, not anymore.
There we are. The way you said I have to change the tires, I was like, oh damn, he's got handy.
I did used to do it on the old car, but I'm not doing it on the Tesla.
Yeah.
They're too heavy. The car's too heavy. I don't want to mess about with that. So no, they've got like drive-in places. You just drive down there, drive straight into the thingy, it lifts the car up. Job done. 5 minutes. See you later.
How much do they charge for that?
About 50 quid.
50 quid. That's a great job, isn't it? That's
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was trying to work out how much they'd be making because the queue was mad. There was
yeah.
just lines and lines of cars constantly all day, every day when you go past there. So I went very early Sunday morning, so I didn't have to queue. I don't
Hmm.
like queuing. So I went early
Even though
Sunday, but
it,
I got there before they opened. But by the time they opened, there was 2 lines of 15 cars. So yeah, yeah, it's good business.
mm, I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised you don't like queuing. I don't like queuing, but the British are supposed to like queuing, or maybe we don't like it. We just can't help it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just
Yeah.
not very British anymore. I don't know.
Mm, yeah.
It's one of my worst things, queuing. But anyway.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So we launched the store last week,
We did. Great
and
success.
that went pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
was saying to Tom last week, um, we didn't really we got a couple of small issues, but no major bugs, no major issues. Purchasing, downloads, updates, everything's just working really, really smoothly, bug free.
yeah, and it's quite incredible because it's such a massive project. It seems when you go into Elements and you look at it on the face of it, it seems really simple. It's
Yeah,
you've just got a view to buy things and it installs it. but there is so much that goes into that. It's incredible, the amount of work. I mean, I know it's our company, and and we're talking up our own product, but there's a reason you don't see this in most apps, because it's really complex and a lot of work to get this going. Um, and I mean, for the launch, we did lock a lot of things down. There's not um, some of the other views that we wanted to offer, or that were. So we've got some new stuff on the store to show you.
Yep.
Not new products, but new features for the user. So I think, shall I share my screen and we'll take a look at that and
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yep, yep, yep. Let's see if I can share my screen again. We'll do the entire screen. Um, Great. Can you see that?
Yes.
Excellente. So if you've not used the store before in Elements, you can get to it by using this little icon here. It will be integrated more into the app in the coming months, but this is the way to do it at the moment. Just hit this little icon and you'll be asked to sign into Elements Cloud, and hopefully you're signed in, and then you get your little account view, which doesn't have much in it yet. There will be more there again. You get your documents view, and if you've been using this already, you should get the products view here. You should be familiar with this, and um, this lists out the products. Now, for the launch of the store, we kind of did a 7-day 25% off the paid add-ons. So we do have quite a few free things in here at the moment, but there are these paid ones. Now, um, there's only a day left on these. So if you want to pick up the Essentials template pack, or the portfolio project, or these resource packs, you should do that right now, because there's only one day left essentially on this 25% off.
Yep. Discount's
Um,
going tomorrow, or at the end of today it stops, doesn't it?
yeah, it will give a countdown on the number of hours left there, so it's that
Okay.
will change to show you hours. And
Minutes and then seconds. Going to count you down. 10, 9.
which again is like another thing about the store that you kind of take for granted, but we had to build all of this in because we know developers, when we get third party developers on here, we know they like to discount products, especially around, holiday seasons, Black Friday, whatever, new product launches. You want to be able to offer a bit of a discount so people can pick it up. And yeah, so it's all these things that really add up.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's a marketing thing, isn't it? So it's, yeah, always time limited offers are a big thing in marketing circles. So to have that built in as well was really
mm,
nice, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, we knew it was going to be something that third party developers would ask for. So that's in there anyway. So yeah, go and pick up the Essentials pack. That has proved to be the most popular
Yes,
because
by far.
yeah. Let me just zoom over to a preview. So you get all of these templates built in, and we've already been adding to this. People on the forum were requesting forms, and so we've added some really nice forms into here, and they're all responsive, so you can drop this straight into your project. And there's one for an email sign up here. So yeah, Ben's done a very nice job on these. So keep the feedback coming on what's missing. If you have picked up the essential pack, let us know, because we're still expanding it out. So
Yeah.
now is a great time to buy it, to get the discount, and give us feedback on specific things you want, that we can add to it.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons for the discount as well, was to let you guys get in early and kind of shape the pack and let us know what you need or what you think's missing. So yeah, the first thing was forms, as you said there, Dan. Few people requested forms, so we did that last week, and we'll be pushing out updates to this. There'll probably be an update within the next few days as well, with a few more templates. So yeah.
Yeah, and you can go. Let me just go back to the store. If you want to view what you get in the pack, you can press this little I button and take a look. And that's the same for the portfolio project as well. Just hit the I, and then you can have a look. And it's got some nice features in here, nice layouts, and it does have a blog. So I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want to go on and sell these products too much. You probably know about them, but there they are. And if you do want to pick them up, go into the store. So what's new in the store? What I wanted to show you is this new library section. Now, this will hopefully be going out later today, maybe tomorrow. It's not 100% finished. We've got a few extra bits we want to put in there. Um, but yeah, it's shaping up really nicely. And this we've got a lot of stuff like this that we've not shipped yet that just needs a bit of tidying up. But this, hopefully, you'll start to understand even more about the power of this. It's not just a store; it's an update system. Um, so this is I'm signed into my Elements Cloud account, so it knows what purchases I've made. So let's check out the purchases tab first, and we can see all the products that I've purchased or downloaded previously. So I've got well, maybe I should go to installed first, really. If I go to installed, you can see I've got the map and the Volume 1 starter pack, both free packs, those. They're installed. And this will be where you're going to manage your add-ons. You will be able to uninstall things from here as well. That's not visible in this view yet, but we're working on it. So on my purchases tab, I can see all the things I've ever purchased on the Elements store. And this is going to be amazing for finding those older add-ons, or when you move to a new Mac, you just install Elements, log into your cloud account, and then just download the stuff you want. So like I've purchased the Essentials pack, so I can hit install on that, and boom. I mean, that's that happens
That was
crazy
almost
fast.
that was almost too fast. How has it downloaded that quickly?
I want a fast connection, pretty good.
Yeah.
So I can go to the templates, and now I've got all of these, all of the essential templates. Boom. And if I go to my installed view, you can see I've now got that there. On the purchases area, we also have a view receipt. So this is really handy for all those purchases you've made. You can just click on this and boom, and then see how much you paid for it, when you bought it, and the links for support, things like that. So really nice to have it all just all there, and you don't need to go searching through your email archive. You don't. If you think about how Classic worked, and when you bought a third-party add-on, you would need to find out how to install it, go into the Finder, download it. It was really convoluted,
Yeah.
and yeah. So this is a huge difference. Um, and then finally, we've got updates, and everything's up to date at the moment. So what I'm hoping is that Ben will push an update. Now, I do have, because I'm screen sharing, I don't know if the notification's going to come through. I did set the setting in preferences to allow the notification to come, but if you're running Elements and a developer pushes an update, you will get an instant notification to say, oh, this has been updated, and then you can come into here and update it.
Yeah. So I'm pushing the update button in 3, 2, 1. Right. The update has been approved.
Okay, right. That should I should get a push notification on that. And typically, this is a live demo. It's probably not going to work, um, but yeah, that's not coming through. Elements does monitor. It's got a live connection, so it should. Um, okay,
There's the
all right.
update. We
My
just didn't get. It's
notification didn't come.
Yeah, it's probably because your screen sharing or something is not showing up there.
Yeah, I did switch that off, but everything else has worked. So you can see here my installed, I've got the map installed, and there's a little update button showing me there's a new update. And on my list down here, you can now see this one with an updates, um, yeah, on the update group, essentially. So and then I get to choose when I want to update this. And if there were multiple updates, you launch Elements and, well, you've got like 5 updates, you can just hit update all at the top and it will go through and install them all. Again, I can just hit this button, downloading, boom, we're up to date. There's no restarting. It's just available instantly in your project and updated.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think
mean, yeah,
it's
the whole system is so good. It's just, especially if you're coming from Classic, or really pretty much any other store marketplace type system. I don't know if I've really seen anything that updates that quickly and without needing a restart, and everything's just managed for you, and you log into your cloud account, and it's all there. So
yeah.
yeah,
Um, just gonna show one more thing. You should know about this already. If you were kind of following the store and watched us last week, you should know about this. But this is a free project on the store that you can go and get. So if I hit the get button, it's going to download it, processing, boom, and you'll notice it's already appeared in my projects window. So now that should disappear. That processing. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Maybe a slight. Maybe a slight issue there. We'll get that fixed, but you can see how quickly that came down, and boom, there's the project. And when we push updates to the project, like if we update it, you'll obviously get the updates in here, and this is why it's really important for things to be shipped on the store or in our via Elements Cloud, really, because then as a user you can get these updates straight in the app and you can always be up to date. You don't need to manually manage projects, things like that. You'll get the updates and they'll just appear for you in here. So yeah, it's a pretty wicked system, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, what more can we say?
uh, Let me stop sharing that. Yeah, always a little bit dodgy doing a live demo, especially on something we're actively working on. And as I said at the beginning of that, we've got a little bit more of tidying up to do before we ship it, and that's why it will hopefully go out later today, possibly tomorrow, just to fix up those little issues we saw, and obviously for the notifications to work. Um, I
Yeah,
think that's just because we were on a live stream.
yeah.
It kind of
It's
the
okay.
Mac.
Live streams are always dodgy. I always the latest Meta glasses that Zuckerberg did. That was amazing.
No,
Nothing worked.
no, and
So yeah,
yeah,
a
they're a
little bit of a larger
billion.
company than we are.
Yeah, a little bit, a little
Yeah.
bit. Um, yeah, good. So you've done some updates on some components, Ben. You've been working
Yep.
on that. So as I know, people are like, "Oh, yeah, the store's great, but why aren't you working on the other stuff?" Um,
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. Perception wise, like feels like we're not working on other stuff, but we are. There are constant updates going on. Some of them aren't always user facing, like you might not see what's happening, but there are bug fixes.
mhm.
And just well, this update will go out with the store update. But we've updated the background component to support both CMS background images. So in the same way you can use the CMS for the image component, you can now hook in the background image to a CMS item. So you just choose CMS and you'll put in item.image.source in the same way you do everywhere else. And that will hook it into to your CMS item. So that'll allow you to do background images through the CMS.
That's good because I've been working on some templates, or well, actually, I've been working on some free projects because I want to get we want to get a free project on the store that contains a basic blog, so people can easily open that and play around with it.
Yeah.
Uh, and that is one of the things I was missing. That when I go to a blog post, what I want is to have a banner at the top with the post image in the background and like overlay the title and things like that. And that was a little bit annoying to do before because you'd have to use an image and then
Yeah, layer it up
absolute
yourself. Yeah.
yeah, which uh,
You could do
that's a
like it was doable. It just wasn't as smooth as just putting it in the background of the background component.
mm.
So
So
that's
that's
just
in the
makes life easy.
background. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
Yeah.
That's in the background component, but it's not in the. We don't have that feature in the container because the container's a lot more complex.
Yeah, yeah, it's not in the container because the container supports a lot more features. So there's things like hover support on the background of the container. We could possibly make it work later on, but I think it would require a lot more testing and a bit more thought around how we implement that properly on the containers. It's not as the container is probably the most complex component that we've got.
Mm.
So we need to think carefully about how we would implement that properly. It's not as simple as the background change that we did.
Yeah, because everything's like we always say, everything's possible.
Yeah,
It's when we talk about adding features, it's like, well, yeah, everything is possible, but you've got to weigh up the technical debt going forward, and what else you want to do regarding that. And in this case, the container component, if you add that feature, we can't really take it away, and it might limit us on doing other things we want to do with it. So this is why sometimes when you guys make requests, it's not as easy as just like, oh yeah, just add that, don't worry about it. We have to weigh up these things of where we're headed and the complexity. Is it really worth adding this to the container when you can just use the background? And that's
yeah,
what the background component is for.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. So yeah, that's why it's not in the container anyway at the moment. Well, I'm not saying it will never be in there, but for
Mm.
now, we've added it in there. The other update I did to the background component was the horizontal or the split, or the
Mm.
angle. So you can like angle the background, whether it's a color or a gradient or an image or whatever. Um, you can now do that not only horizontally but vertically as well. So you can split it right down the middle, or you can angle it in the middle. Previously, you could only do it either from the top or the bottom, but you can now do it from the left and the right as well, and you can have any angle that you want. So yeah,
Aha. Mm. Very nice. And that is, we have so much going on here, and I haven't even, I haven't used that yet. I haven't tested it out. Just because we've been focused on doing the store and other stuff, helping people on the forum, and I've been recording some new videos for the manual. Like yesterday, interestingly, yesterday I did one on adding a video to the background
yes,
in the container, and it's funny how we got quite a lot of feedback on that, and people were like, oh yes, this is the feature I've been waiting for, or that's what I needed to move over from classic. And it's like that has been in there for
yeah, almost from the beginning.
yeah,
The
like
container has supported that for, I think, possibly when we first redid all the core components after like
mm,
the first beta or two, we like redid loads of stuff. I think it's been in there since then, so like a year.
Mm. And it's
Which is
really surprising,
amazing.
and I think that speaks to what people expect of Elements. I mean, obviously, perhaps we're doing a bad job of showing all the features in Elements, but Elements is massive. It's the amount of stuff you. I suppose the other bit of feedback we had from people coming into Elements is, and this is again, this is in the same week. Um, oh, you don't get much with Elements. There seems to be there's
Mm,
only a few components, and that was, to me, I was like, oh, that's a bit of weird feedback, because those core components are so, because they're lower level, they're so powerful. You can like build anything with them.
yeah,
And I guess that is, people don't realize the depth of what you can do with the things that are built in, not knowing that the background had these extra features, the container has these extra features. And
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
it's
there's obviously a bit of a learning curve with any new piece of software, or like when you're switching over, that's usually one of the big hurdles is like, oh, I'm going to have to learn how to use this. And if you go in and you look at all the components, you're like, oh, there's no map component, there's no background video component. And if you're
mm,
used to that, where like everything was a separate component, then yeah, it probably looks like, oh, I can't even do a video background, because it's like you need to work out how
mm,
to do it.
mm,
And I think it kind of brings up a bit of a discussion on the forum as well, around through with a few of the people who are looking to do components. I think once the store is opened up to third parties, that we're going to see a lot of components that are more focused. And I kind of tried to get this point across on one of the forum threads of like, I don't think all of the components that we ship on the store need to have all of the controls that the core components have,
no.
because those core components are low level and they're designed to be really flexible and let you compose them all together and build whatever you want. And that was so that like the core app comes with complete flexibility for whatever you want to build. But like I said, that comes with a learning curve. So you don't always, if you just want a card that like is a bit more designed, and yeah, you could change the color of it, maybe you could change the border radius, but like
Hmm.
everything else is kind of done. You don't really want all of the spacing, the sizing, the background colors, the shadows, the transforms, like you probably just want a card that you can change like 5 settings on, and everything just works
Yeah,
responsively. Light mode, dark mode, like it all just works for you. And you don't need to twiddle with 100 settings. It's just five. So I think those
because
more focused things are going to be way
yeah,
more popular.
you wouldn't need, on your card example, you wouldn't need sizing on that,
No.
because you would put it in a flex or a grid or a container. And then the card could fill the area. You can use
Yeah.
the outer things to control the size of it. And that would be the same for a text component. If you've got some text effects, if
Yeah.
you drop that in a flex, you can set the alignment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's
So I think that users are going to appreciate some focused components that just work out the box, not too much twiddling around with all the settings. They're going to be a lot faster and more user friendly. Yes, there's a trade off on flexibility, but I think that a lot
mm,
of users are they're okay with that. Like they don't
yeah.
always need all the flexibility. They just want something that just
Mm,
works instantly and it's easy to
mm.
use.
And it's easy to build components with our built-in controls and the theme controls. If you want some basic stuff, it's easy to do that. And this, going back to the conversation on the forum, it's like, oh well, it's quite complicated if I want to start doing um, like if statements,
Yeah.
like if I click on this, then show these controls, do this. It is more complex, but it's still not that complex in terms of programming. Um,
No.
like if you're a web dev or a programmer, this stuff it's to build a elements component. It's all standard web stuff. It's all just JavaScript and HTML. It's all doable, and sometimes to do these more advanced things, it's going to be more advanced. You can't get everything for free in life. It's you
Yeah.
have to put a bit of effort in, I think.
Yeah, and I think one of the examples was like on the container component, for example, like
Mm,
we've got support for a lot of things. Like you can set the background color to change when it hovers over
mm,
a parent or over the closest flex or, you know, or
mm,
over a specific ID of another component. When you start adding in that complexity, yes, you're going to need to write some code that does some conditionals around like, okay, they want it to hover over the parent or over an ID. Okay, well, I need to add logic in and modify the classes and make sure it's, yeah. So at that point, yes, there's some more JavaScript to write in the hooks, but as you say, it's not. We're not. We're not writing anything that complex. There'll be a bit of code, but it's like, okay, if they want a parent hover, I need to do this. If they want a standard hover, I need to do this. It's basically if. And there's not much more to our JavaScript files than that,
mm,
really. It just takes time to build up the logic and make sure all the
mm,
classes are applied at the right time. But Elements gives you the way it gives you the responsive class names for a control, that it does most of the heavy lifting for you. The way that
mm,
you can just get a class name back off of the control and then apply it to a DOM element in your template, that's most of the hard work, really.
mm. And I think in because we get a lot of comparisons, because there's some Stacks developers, Stacks would never allow you to do the stuff you can do in Elements because there's no hooks file. We have our controls. There's a lot more advanced controls, and especially the hooks is like insanely powerful. So I guess with the components, with Elements, you can make things as simple as you want, or
Yeah.
you can really ramp it up and make things super complex. So there is a wide spectrum, um, and it is, there's a learning curve to building components as well. But we hope to push out more examples to show people how to do this stuff, and we will be eventually open sourcing a lot of our own components more
Yeah.
so people can learn from them and see how they're put together. But we've got, I know you've got some work to do on the build system and tidying up how they work so that we can release them. But that is the plan. In terms of Elements is still fairly young, I suppose. Like even though it's starting to become a mature app,
Yeah.
it in its lifespan, we're still near the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And we do want to open source those core components, but there is a bit of work to do before we can do that, and that should or will include the build system that we use as well, because there's nothing secret in there. It's just essentially a way for us to share some code between components.
Mm.
So there's no like secret code that we need to keep private or anything. It's just a case that it needs tidying up, and there's a few bits in there that we need to rearrange and stuff before we can actually do that.
Yeah. That is some heavy developer talk. So probably some people watching this are just users, and we're like, I don't care. Like, just give me the components. I don't care how they're put together under the hood. I just want to buy or download some more components, start shipping stuff. So yeah, sorry about that little sidetrack, but I think it was worth covering some of that stuff because we can talk about it in a bit more of a fluid manner and
Yeah,
kind of give our thoughts on it. I know it is hard being a third party developer, like building the stuff and trying to make it polished like our stuff. And, you can get so far and it's quite complex. And yeah, well, I do, I know it's annoying. Uh, uh, I think I would feel the same thing as a third party developer. Like, I've got to do this extra work. Like, this is getting quite complex now to try and make it like the built in components. But there's not, at this point, there's not much we can do. We wrote the components, we did the work. It's hard, but to keep it
Yeah.
completely open and flexible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the other thing. I also on that thread, I did mention like one of the reasons we need to be cautious about just sharing, like what will be seen as the official build system for components is that it currently ties into Tailwind as a framework, which is absolutely fine for us on a component level because we're not shy about saying it's using Tailwind, like that's the
Mm,
framework we're using, and that's fine. But if we get 5 years down the line and we go, oh well, actually we kind of want to switch to whatever is new,
mm,
we we can't really have a system where we've locked in third-party developers into a specific framework or a version of a framework and then go, oh yeah, by the way, now it's this,
yeah.
and you all need to update it. But we haven't updated that build system, or whatever happens. It's just basically we don't want to be seen to encourage people to lock themselves into a certain framework,
Mm.
when that might not always be the case down the line.
The overarching thing I take away from this is, and I want everyone to take away from this, we're doing our best and we're trying to do the best for the whole ecosystem, for elements and the developers. We really are like trying to do our best work, and we're not trying to make it hard for anyone. We're just trying to build an amazing thing, an amazing web design app, and give people amazing tools. And we're working as hard as we can to get this all out. It just takes time, and there's so
Yeah.
much to do, which is great. We're enjoying it, and we just got to keep pushing. But we can't do all the things we want to do right now. It takes time, but we're trying to make it as amazing as we can, and we're working as hard as we can. And that is what I want to get across there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we made that decision early on as well, and one thing that shows that is the way that the our components have access to exactly the same set of APIs and features that
Mm,
any third party or user, when they're building components, you have access to the exact same APIs. We don't
yeah,
give our components early access to anything, and we don't have any private stuff. Like if we need a feature or a feature comes in and for the API, it goes live when it's ready to be
mm,
used. We don't get early access to that. It's like we've got a feature request at the moment about a new property for a control. If and when we implement that and it's ready, it will go live in the next update of elements, and you'll be able to start using it. We're not going to give ourselves like a leg up
yeah,
on features like that. So it's
mm,
all open, and it's all the features that we have are available to all the users and developers that want to build
yeah.
components.
Mm. And it's the same with the store. While there's no third parties on there yet, we can't add them. They Once we've finished doing that work and we've built it out, they will have access to the same tools as us.
Yeah.
You'll submit your components, because this is what we're doing at the moment on the back end. We submit the components in Elements. In the store window, there's an extra dev pack area where you can submit builds and push them up to the server. That's what we do, and that's exactly what you'll do. You'll do the same thing as a developer. So yeah, it's yeah, you get the same tools. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it just goes back to what you're saying. We're just trying to build a platform that is fair for everyone, is open,
Yeah,
and it's new, it's forward thinking, and yeah, just like the best platform or the best app that we can build, basically
yeah.
for everyone.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I feel this episode's been a little bit heavy. We've gone a little bit developer focused.
Yeah,
But,
one thing I think is exciting that I want to mention is we did mention we're live on YouTube, and I don't know if
yeah,
you've seen in the chat there, Dan, but
yeah.
we've got a comment from
Uh-huh.
Vivek.
Yeah.
I think exciting stuff. Can't wait. So we've
Yeah.
got a live comment that must be off of YouTube. So
Yeah.
that one person that was watching.
He said that at 10:26. I don't know what we
Yeah,
were talking about 20 minutes ago. What was so great? Maybe it was the store updates and things. I don't
I think it
probably.
was the CMS updates to the background component, maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly,
Either way, I
yes.
think it was all of the stuff was exciting. I think he meant everything was exciting.
Yes, I mean it is. I do absolutely. We are thrilled with the store and the way it's turned out and where it's going. It's I absolutely love it. I mean, I love Elements as a whole product. I think it's phenomenal. I just love building custom components and just having that ability. Like it's on the Real Mac site. Um, we're doing the Black Friday deal, obviously, because one of our goals is to get to 2,000 active subscribers, paying members, and we're rapidly approaching that goal. So Black Friday is a way for us to help push that and hit that milestone because we really want Elements to come sustainable to be able to pay our wages. So it's a proper app that that we can just go on building for forever.
Yeah.
And to do that, we need to get so many users. So anyway, so Black Friday is a way to do that. And we obviously need to advertise that. I wanted to put it on the site, custom component. I was like,
Yeah.
I could have done a banner with all the built-in stuff, easy peasy, do like a little banner, but I wanted a countdown,
Mhm.
like to show people how much time was left they could get the discount for. Just ask ChatGPT for a Black Friday banner using Tailwind CSS and Alpine JS. Boom, it gave me that, pasted the code into a custom component, tweaked a few of the things, put it on the site. And it's like, and now if you go to the Real Mac site, there's a component at the top with a countdown on it. And I really didn't have to do much to it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
insane, absolutely insane.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get really dangerous with a bit of chat
Yeah, I
GPT
was
and
gonna say, what happens when the countdown gets to 0?
I update the website.
Yeah.
I didn't bother because we could have gone further and it could have been when it hits this date, remove the thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't bother with that. I'm just going to do it manually. When it hits 0, it'll be 000.
And then you'll
Um,
push the publish button again and get rid of it.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, well, the Black Friday sale finishes on December 1st. So I could update the component now
Yeah.
and get it to hide it, which is I didn't really think about that, so that's not a bad idea. So I could go back and when it hits 0, zoop, I could hide the
Yeah.
component. Then at least I know on the site I don't have that rush to update it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's just a custom component, so you can just keep working with ChatGPT or whatever you're using, Claude Code, whatever,
Mm.
and just say, "Oh, you've made this, but now I need this added," and then you can just go in and paste the updated code into Elements.
Yeah, sometimes I use Ben GPT, and he's quite good. He's not
Sometimes,
available 24/7 though,
no,
but
he's not, and sometimes his server capacity becomes full, and he can't he
yeah,
can't get an answer to you quick enough.
yeah. So I fall back to ChatGPT.
Yeah, yeah, that's good
Uh,
though. It's good there's a fallback.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. All right, good. I think that we should wrap it up there. So do go to the store in Elements, go and check it out. Get those components if you want them at the discounted rate. We'll probably have sales again in the future.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be as much. I don't know when. We don't plan out this stuff in advance. But if you want it right now or soonish, I would go and get the Essentials pack now. So that's there. And you probably, if you're watching this, you probably own Elements already. If you are watching this and you haven't moved from Classic to Elements, now's a great time. Go and pick it up because, like I said, we've got that Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
Yes, you can pick up Elements a lot cheaper and help us get to our goal of 2,000 and beyond. We need more than 2,000 users, but we're kind of staggering it, and 2,000 is the current goal, so we're pushing to get there, and then we'll push beyond that, and yeah. So go and get those things, and maybe share the Black Friday deal with people. That helps. If you got other people you know who are into Mac apps and building websites, yeah. But that's about it. So we'll wrap this one up, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. I guess we'll be back probably next week again with more updates and a little bit of chat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good stuff. It's all good.
Yeah. Good. All right. We didn't have time for any mustache talk this week, so we'll leave that and we'll have a little check in. We'll have a little check in next week. They're
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
going
yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I'm sure I've got a few anecdotes for you about how mustache life has been going. So anyway, right.
Look
Good.
forward to that.
Yeah. All righty. I will see you next week.
Yeah. See you next time.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.